Welcome back to Subnautica. This is Elliptical Realm. Probably not going to be doing any questing today. If I do, it'd just be something I come across, like out and while exploring. I've been playing for 20 hours so far. Been playing off stream like the past probably couple days. I've done quite a bit like from my base and stuff, but it's been mostly just collecting resources. I haven't done any questing or anything like that. I've only been in a few areas and I'm pretty sure I've not found everything. Anyways, this is where like the status of my base right now. Like I added a second floor over here. I built 2 moon pools. I built my first one in the last stream. I did have another piece right in here, but I ended up removing it and replacing my moon pool because there was like a visual glitch where these outer 2 legs did not show up. So it's maybe something to do with the terrain or the distance or some sort of game glitch or something, but this fixed it by having it like adjoining like one piece a little bit closer. And this too, I could only get all 4 legs by placing it where it was. And I would have liked to have had like a connecting pod tube between here and here, because it would allow me to build an airlock or like one of those heavy doors for like I would use it more for like immersion, but it didn't allow me to do that. Well, if I mean I could have done it, but I would have been missing legs again. So and I was looking ahead to see, because I want to have like 3 moon pool bays, like, you know, here have the Seamoth and have like the big vehicle, and then like the mech suit, whatever it's called. And looks like I'm going to run into the same problem like over here, where if I can place it here and it'll connect to here, but it'll be another like direct placement, no airlock between this and this. And I say airlock, but it's really just a bulkhead door, like to keep the water out, like from a roleplay immersion perspective. But it's not as bad like with the legs like disappearing. It's 3 legs, not 4, versus what I had the other day with this, where it was like only 2 legs. And I just, from a roleplay or immersion, it just that was bothering me, so that's why I did what I did. Like I redid some things, but and I've definitely, I found out that if I wanted to, like, I could build lower, like more of these circular pods, and I can even build, like, stack them higher and higher. I don't know what the limit is for that. But I was kind of worried, like, from an immersion thing, like, well, that might be too much weight and these poles might collapse. Although it did seem like the poles might have gotten a little bit thicker when I went downwards. But I undid any of those changes. Since the last stream also, I've maxed out this garden area with the bulb bushes, because a viewer, I think it was I and Pete, told me, you know, you can eat these and it gives you food and water, so just helpful to have some on hand if you need it. It's not a lot of food or water, but then he had also told me, somebody had told me to grow the gel sacks. I don't know if it was I and Pete or the critical guy, the other guy, that's his username. Or no, not critical, literal garbage, sorry. It was one of the 2 that told me to grow that. Anyways, that's where I'm standing right now, and This was my original entrance. I didn't have the other one, but again, from like an immersion standpoint, I figured I would want to have like multiple entrances in and out of my base. Just, you know, because you don't want to be cut off. Like if something ever happens to the base, you want to have like multiple routes out of it just for safety purposes. So, but I got an airlock door here now. I didn't really have that before. And I've tried to, this may be a waste of resources, but I've tried to like reinforce like the hole as much as I could, because I think my hole was down to like maybe like 3 or 7, and that just didn't really sit well with me either. And I found out that I can reinforce it, either add these or this, and or even like the foundations, and it helps with that. But so I've done as much reinforcement as I can, like on the lower levels. I did have it on my first moon pool, but then I was running out of lithium, and honestly my whole strength right now, even without doing the second floor above, or even without doing the moon pool, is like 125 or 135, so that's probably overkill, to be honest. I like to do it, but it takes 3 titanium and 1 lithium. And I haven't done anything in this circular room over here, so it's not really worth showing. I might install that bioreactor again. I did have the bioreactor over here, but I took it out. I had to after I installed the second floor, because I think it can only be placed in the middle of the room. So might end up placing it here. But I was kind of disappointed, like the functionality of. I think the solar stuff. Of course, you know, you only get power during the daytime, and then it slowly drains overnight as like you use it. So I'd probably need to add some more solar panels. And I saw under the blueprint somewhere, it looked like I could eventually get like a nuclear option to help with like the power stuff. So that's probably like my next, like when I can get that taken care of. Yeah, nuclear reactor 0 out of 3 for that. I still haven't crafted the water filtration machine because I need the aerogel, and I was told by a viewer that I think I would need a ruby for that, and I haven't found any rubies. Not sure where they are. I'd have to look that up and try to find them. And my modification station, I'm still at 2 out of 3. Power cell charger went down to 2. I found some more like decorations and things. Like I even got a bed now, so I slept in my bed for the first time. I was like, wow, my character has been probably a week or more since he's actually slept. The last time he probably slept was on the Aurora, like coming here. I still haven't figured out like the observatory, like where that would need to be placed, like if I would ever do that, because it doesn't seem to connect to anything. But and I did take a look at this large room stuff. I didn't build it, but it's pretty huge. I can't imagine. It has like, because what first, like I saw like dividers or something. It was mentioned somewhere that there was like the divider, but it wasn't working in like the multi-purpose room, so, nor was the doorway. So then I was like, realized that there's a whole separate like building like for a large room. But I can't imagine what I would do with that other than like make it like a supply place, like to store resources or something. I still haven't got the Cyclops yet. Need one more part for that. I got some upgrades. Again, I can't craft them because I think I might need that modification the modification station. And apparently I got some upgrades too, but I guess I don't know if these are craftable or if you find them out in the world. I found a couple of them with some viewers' help in the last stream on the board of the Aurora. I can craft the, well, I technically can probably I'm just saying the prawn suit. I have the prawn suit. I called it a mech earlier, but I would need to figure out how to craft the aerogel. Not sure what the plasteel ingots involved, and enamel glass. I remember this lady over the radio saying they used the stalker teeth to make that. I guess that's what the recipe is, like that plus regular glass, but I'm just guessing. I got one stalker tooth. I found it on the ground some streams ago. Guess I'm just talking. I did have all the previously had like my storage stuff for like crafting. I was doing it like right in this hallway, but this was feeling like a little cramped, and so I moved everything over here. And now I got plenty of storage containers for now, until I max these out. I don't have to decide what to do then. Although a player can technically craft something temporarily, store the resources within that, and place it somewhere, and then come back and like a foundation or a building or something. It's a good way to store your resources if need be. But here's got this airlock and like a door, bulkhead door, in case I need it. Just got my stuff scattered around. I really wish these larger ones would have like labels on them. I don't know if there's a good way to do that or not. But the wall lockers do, but then they don't have as much storage space. Yeah, I think a wall locker might be missing that final 2 rows of storage space. Anyways, that's where I'm at for now. And I got a bed. Put my duplicate keep calm poster on my floor so I can see it when I go to bed at night. I put the Aurora picture up there that I found aboard the Aurora, like the poster, and then I got the model. And then I got what's called an arcade gorge toy, but I would probably just call it Wilson, at least in my mind, because I don't have a volleyball. Just Castaway movie reference, I think that's what it's called, with Tom Hanks. Then over here is 1 or 2 moon poles, and yes, I did paint my Seamoth in the Bumblebee colors, from Transformers. Always like a good yellow. Sometimes I like yellows and whites and blacks, and even like a Nova Trooper is like black and yellow. I always like that color scheme. Like a Nova Trooper from Star Wars. That's like my gamer handle. Also got a YouTube channel called that. And the Nova Trooper armor is like black with like gold trim. This is not gold, it's like yellow, but I did wonder, like from an immersion standpoint, like would this make the predators like come after my vehicle more? Like if this was more realistic, like the yellow color. And then I looked it up and they said online, well, I didn't check the specific color yellow, like I really wanted to look up, like does yellow dive suits or in yellow submarines make you're more vulnerable to like sea predators, but that would be interesting to find out. But they did say like having, I think, like a color that like blends in more helps, like for hiding purposes and for making it harder for like a predator like to see you kind of thing. But sharks and things, they can sense heart signals. But I got this. I got another one in the other bay as well. And I did find out that I can recharge batteries if I just, for the Seamoth. I had like a 1% battery from for the power cell, and I was thankfully had enough charge to get into the bay before it completely drained. But then it was like at nighttime, and like my power levels just kept dropping, like it was kind of dangerous is what was saying. But I really wish that I could have installed like a bulkhead door here, because if my bedroom's going to be above, like, I'm just thinking from like a role play or perspective, like what if a creature like comes up here in the middle of the night and puts his tentacles through, or or it floods or something. But I mean, I do have a bulkhead door here, and on the other side with the other moon pool, there's one over here. So, like I said, I couldn't do another bulkhead door, because if I do, I can't do another bulkhead door because I would need a tube. If I place the tube, then that moves the moon pool further out, which means like the legs won't show, and that just bothered me, not having all 4 legs. Even the scanner room bugs me, like it not having any legs that would show up. But I might end up moving my bedrooms over there somewhere. We'll see. Or like another chamber where I would feel safe from like an immersion standpoint. And well, that's got some of these prawn suit posters. That's about where I stand. I was hesitating whether to even stream today, because like I'm low on like titanium, and there's still like blueprints and things I want to find out in the world, and I can't always do like the questing and stuff. I mean, I guess I could, but that's why I've been playing like off stream, because I'm thinking like, well, does anybody even want to watch this? Like me just exploring out in the world and collecting resources and that kind of thing, finding schematics, looking around with like, not really knowing when I'm going, but as a new player. But does anyone even want to watch this? So I haven't even streamed like the past few days. I do have a storage compartment on my Seamoth now, so that helps a little bit, so it's not as much running back and forth. But still would be nice if it was like a larger than what it is. And then I also have that depth upgrade as well that IMP helped me find. So now my Seamoth I think can go to 300 meters, but
welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Oh, and I did have like these 2 cameras just like floating out in there. These predators over here were like playing with them. This from where I had the scanner room. I was able to recover one of them from a predator. Still haven't been able to recover this one 'cause it was underground. I think it was in a cave or something. I wasn't sure how to get there. But I'll try to figure that out eventually. I stored the camera like upstairs for now. I just don't understand why those didn't disappear like when I undid the scanner room. For some reason they were still in the game world. I don't know if that was a bug or what. I do have a map that I downloaded to my phone, but it's just like a 2D map. It's not interactable. Just gives me a general idea of like which region is where. But I still kind of have to figure it out, based on the location of my base, like, what's north, what's east, what's south, what's west, north, so forth, like the cardinal points. I think that's what it's called. So I have been up a little bit to the northeast towards the grassy plateaus, the mushroom forest, and the bulb zone. I didn't really see much in the bulb zone. I didn't find like any resources. I don't know if it's just they're harder to find or if I just don't, if it's just because I don't know what I'm doing. But at some point I do need to head back to the island to get some more lithium. But I just did that in the last stream, and I had to climb all the way up to the very top of the mountain and explore the parts that I didn't really explore, and some of the resources I ended up letting fall on the ground because my inventory was full. So I'm not even sure if they're still in the game world, to be honest. But anyways, there probably won't be a whole lot to this stream today. More of like a chill type stream where I'm just gonna be looking for resources, and if anyone wants to watch that, they're more than welcome to do so, and if not, they can check back on another day when I start to do like the questing again. But if I do find any important things out in the game world, like a life pod, I'll go ahead and pick it up, because chances are I might struggle trying to find it again. So it's not like Minecraft, where if you carry a map with you, it like generates the map, or if you run around with your Seamoth or something, like it scans the terrain or whatever, so you know where you've been. But I probably should try to get some food before I head on out. And thanks to the tip about not having to carry 2 knives, that's really handy. Like, I thought this knife was only for cooking, but it's for combat as well, so. I don't even think I can. Yeah, I think this knife might require like a modification station. I think I looted this knife. That's how I have like this more advanced knife to my name. Well, maybe you should carry at least 1 water bottle with me.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I don't really have any plans today, like which direction to go. So I'll just I've noticed earlier when I was playing a little bit earlier off stream that I probably haven't really explored the kelp forests or creepvine forests. Like, I haven't really explored those too much, like down the bed. I was finding like some resources just from that as well, but I might head a little bit, more back to the northeast grassy plateau is what it's called. Explore there some more, and then maybe head back to the northern grassy plateau and explore there. Because the shallows is right where I am right now, and the regions closest to me are the plateaus and the kelp, creepvine stuff. So makes sense to kind of explore what's closest and then kind of spread out from there. I did leave a beacon at the mushroom forest. But I haven't really explored too much at the bottom here, so I do need to find that modification station What do I need, like 1 piece for that? Yeah, I need 1 more piece for the modification station, 1 more for the power cell charger. Now, I did find an interactive map at a website called mapgenie.io//Subnautica. It's an interactable world, but I didn't want to try to like rely on that too much. I can pull it up on my Steam overlay if need be. But like I said earlier, I don't really know how interesting this would even be. I think I've already probably have explored this wreck. I've been in a few more wrecks since then. Now that I got the laser cutter, nothing's really keeping me out. Yeah, this is the mushroom forest is up in the up here, but it's supposed to be right before this is supposed to be the grassy plateaus, but all I saw was the kelp thing, so I wonder if there's the grassy plateaus like on the other side. Maybe I went a little too far north or whatever. I'm just saying I would have expected I didn't see any of like the red grass is what I'm saying. Oh, that's the alien island. I guess I can try to finish looking through the mushroom forest. I still haven't found enough cave sulfur to craft me some more like torches. That may not be what it's called. Flares there, that's the word I was looking for. For some reason they're just hard to come by, those cave sulfur. I don't know why. They're usually like those kamikaze fish, like I like to call them. I guess if you find a cave sulfur, you always find a kamikaze fish. Well, like I said earlier, I don't really know how interesting the stream would even be. Well, my vehicle looks more green than yellow underwater.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
But I like Bumblebee from Transformers, so that's why I made my color scheme after that for my Seamoth. Oh, I saw a resource somewhere here. Another reason I wanted to do the yellows, because I thought it might help me see my ship, Seamoth, a little bit better. I'm not sure, like, in terms of resources, like what all is here, because I haven't tried harvesting any of this. I haven't tried using my knife, so I'll try. Don't see anything. I don't even know. Those might be eggs or something. Let's see. A fungal sample. I'm not even sure if I even need that. I'll just drop it. Probably can get more if I come back here. I noticed the coral resources seem to be like unlimited. So something like a bioreactor, you can just like spam those. But anyways, another reason I got rid of the bioreactor is maybe I'm wrong, it just doesn't like hold. You don't really have a good way to like hold the resources, I guess would be it'd be like having a solar panel but without having batteries. Maybe I'm wrong, it just seemed like I only had power when I had stuff like filled up in the tank. But like rather than it was consuming power like all the I don't know, just between upgrading like the second floor and I could no longer have it, and then that I needed the resources, I decided to not have the bioreactor right now. It's most helpful at nighttime though, like if like an emergency situation. A Gru cluster. I found Gru from the minions. Is that what happened? This is what you look like on another planet. Did the science experiment go wrong? No, I'm just joking. So easy to lose sight of my vehicle. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's almost like a neon yellow once you dive right under the sea. Like almost like a glow in the dark. Not sure if I've scanned these creatures or not yet. I really would like to talk to the tech department at Altera, like whoever designed the personal flashlight with the LED, like the underwater flashlight. Whoever designed that needs to get fired. They could have picked a much brighter LED light. Maybe even made this thing with like a nuclear battery or something. And that would have been far superior than what we got as explorers. I would love to carry a flare with me, but like I said, I just haven't found any more cave sulfur to craft them. The flares in this game are wonderful. The personal flashlight's pitiful. On top of that, it's like more of like a yellow light, whereas this is like more of a white light from the Seamoth. Even the lighting on the Sea Glide's pretty pitiful. Just been trying to pick up the quartz when I can. I'd rather have it than not have it. Just go around in circles and they can't get you. Well, as long as you watch your back, that is. Oh, that's just a laser cutter. Not even worth the risk, really, to take my time to scan this, while they're about to eat me. I had trouble finding these, but I've been finding them all over, like the laser cutters. I should have checked my surroundings more than what I did. I'm not really sure. How much good stuff is in this mushroom forest to the northeast. And I haven't really found anything in the bulb zone that's further northeast. Well, I found my first diamond out in the open world. Couldn't seem to do that last time. I had to go to that island with the alien building on it to find it. After the IMP guy gave me the tip for that. Although I did remember I had gotten my first diamond and only diamond at the time off an island. I just didn't remember which one it was. But apparently there's like a whole section of the mountain above that I haven't explored. That's where I found all this extra, well, I had found lithium a bunch many days ago, but I'd only had found one diamond. Cyclops bridge fragment, I think I already got that, yeah. Inventory is almost full as well. This is so nice now having the storage. I just wish it would be upgraded like twice as much as what it's got. I was trying to use my tablet today to monitor the chat. It's an old tablet, but the screen's larger, but I hope it's working alright. I haven't seen anybody chat today. Hopefully it's working. I was trying to use that instead of my phone because the screen on my phone's too tiny, really. I mean, I can see it, but I have to focus a lot more. Another diamond. This place seems quite barren. Lots of wreckage up here. Yeah, even if I took the wreckage, I wouldn't have room for it. Guess I can look around. And this is like free lithium up here. That would... I could just come back here and get it. Lots of it around. I'll just let the beacon here. Pretty sure I already got the power transmitter fragment. Another fragment, which I already have. Inventory's full. So is my Seamoth storage compartment. Yeah, this would be a decent place. Like, I'd just leave a beacon here. Come back and forth a few times and gather up all the salvage and collect the titanium. I am in need of like restocking my titanium after like building up my base like I did. Oh, this is near the Aurora. It's not even that far. I didn't really realize where I was. I just noticed it looked like a dead zone to me. That would make sense, actually. I've explored like behind the Aurora where there was more of those predators. Yeah, this would probably be let's see here. Well, that's still a big distance, 600 meters from here. I won't leave my beacon here, but at least I'll know this would be a good place to gather lithium. Let me look around here, see if there's like any more boxes or something to open up. Yeah, I think I already got into that. Guess I'm facing more south now. I'm just looking around more at this point because my inventory is full. It would be nice if I found some cave sulfur. I don't know if I've already been in this wreck or not, because again, the game doesn't hold your hand in that way. Some games it would tell you, oh, you explored this region before, or it highlights something, changes the color, like you've been here before, like you found everything there is to find. This game doesn't hold your hand in that way. But, I mean, I wouldn't mind like a mapping thing that shows me the map of everywhere I've been, and then like a 0%, 1%, 100%, where like on the map where it tells me if I found everything on the map. Like, I wouldn't mind that like as a gamer, but it's not really realistic, I guess. But unless you explain it all the way with technology or something. This does seem to be like a futuristic, like Star Trek, like society. You know, because they have something that's similar to the Star Trek replicators. Well, I'm gonna head back to the base. Nothing more I can do. Inventory's full. At this point, I'm just wandering around aimlessly, and it'll give my time for my Seamoth to get charged. Anyways, when I was talking about the tablet earlier, I was just basically saying I hope it's working. Like, so far I haven't seen any comments on this stream. Hopefully it's working. Yeah, that was, I think when I first started playing this, like those stalker predators, I think that's what they're called, that are nearest to my base. They were, a little on the scary side, I guess. Not like I was afraid of them, but I'm just saying, like, I could see that, like, kind of thing, like, they were, like, a little intimidating, but really, they're just a bunch of big babies. I mean, you hit them once and they run away. Now, compared to those other, like the really large ones I've encountered, they're just a bunch of babies.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
You stab them once and they don't want anything to do with you. They just run away. They don't even have like a good attack for them as well. I gotta learn where I placed everything. I have a whole separate container for salt now. And I still gotta run back to my Seamoth to get the resources out of there. At some point I'll need to separate the gold from the silver because I'm running out of slots for that. Got a whole container for lead though. And yeah, I do have one stalker tube and it's right there. I'm gonna break down this resource. Yeah, literal garbage. I went there last stream. I did a 4-hour stream and that took up at least the last hour to 2 hours with the Aurora. Thanks for asking. As I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm not going to be doing any questing today, although if I encounter like any life pods out there, I'll be clicking on them as I find them, but I'm not going to click on like the radio messages and that thing today. This is more like just a resource gathering stream today, so not a whole lot going on. I did show off like the changes to my base at the beginning of the stream because I've been playing like off stream, like not recording like the last few days. And I had like 2 full containers of titanium. This is all the titanium I got left because I've been using it a lot around the base. But gotta figure out where the rubies are so I think I need that for the aerogel. Still need one schematic or blueprint for like the modification station, that kind of thing. Like I can't craft the prawn suit just yet. Like I need to be able to make aerogel, and yeah, I guess I could make the plasteel ingots because that's how you make those, titanium and lithium. But I'm sure I got radio messages, but from what I saw on the internet, like I'm trying not to advance like the plot just yet because I'm trying to get my resources like stocked up fully. And I kind of question whether to start the stream today at all, but on the chance that someone might enjoy watching it, like a chill, relaxed stream where I just go around collecting resources, that's why I decided to do it today, because I've been doing this mostly offline the past few days. I had been to the rear of the Aurora, like in the deep part, and it was like one of the earlier videos, and then I think I did some of it off stream as well. It's very dangerous with all those big creatures, whatever they're called, predators. And I did find a bunch of boxes and things down there, and parts for stuff. I think like the Cyclops, I might have found a few of those. All right, for the Cyclops, I got 2 out of the 3 for that. Like I still need to find one more part for the Cyclops. That's what's holding me up on crafting the Cyclops. And the prawn suit thing, I need to figure out where the rubies are so I can eventually make that. But I got 2 moon bays now, so I'm all ready to go in terms of, you know, crafting it and having it stored here. So that's just the hold up on that for now. Oh yeah, speaking of this, I need to get my resources out of the storage. Oops. Maybe it's on the other side. I've only done this once so far. Like doing this part. Yep. Yeah, it's the one with the mandibles. I don't know the creature names. Like, I'm just now starting to learn like a few of them here and there, like the stalker. And the fish that like blows up, I call it a kamikaze fish because I don't know what it's called. I guess I could look it up. Rubies near the second officer's king pod. Or maybe the Jellyshroom Cave, he said. I appreciate the tip. Yeah, I fixed the reactor in the Aurora. I did that last stream like a few days ago, the 4-hour stream. I do know it said it was like going to be like ecology changes if I didn't fix that. So it's fixed for now. Unless it breaks down again at some point. I don't know if what's going to happen, honestly. I do have like a platform that I can build. Apparently I think it's leading me in that direction where I'll like be escaping by like a rocket. So I noticed like under my habitat, or my blueprints, I saw like a platform, like the beginning of like crafting a rocket. But you know, that gun that shot down the sunbeam, I can't imagine I'll be leaving that way anytime soon. Like I'll probably, I'm guessing I have to figure a way to shut that off. Like, and they also mentioned like when I got to the island with the alien, something about like it's powered by thermal something or some sort of power source. So I'm wondering if I like will have to shut that down. I'm just theorizing. I haven't played the game before. Yeah. I don't mind looking stuff up. Like I tend to spoil things, like even when like playing other games, like sometimes I have to look things up. Well, I guess I don't have to, but in some cases I do have to look it up, but still trying to learn where I put the containers at, like what goes to what. I don't really know if, where his life pod is, or if I've even found it yet. Because I've only found like a few life pods, but I don't really remember the name of the crew or anything. they've all pretty much been dead, so, you know, character-wise, I'm sure he has some sadness for it, but I don't know these people as like a player really, and might be a terrible thing to say, but don't really have any like emotional attachment to them. But plus, like, the most important thing is like for me just to survive. You know, you can always mourn the dead later. Okay, thank you for stopping by, Literal Garbage. Hope you have a good day. Thanks for the help. A tree leech is an exploitable fungal enzyme. It doesn't really tell me what to use it as a player. Honestly, if it doesn't seem useful to me, I don't bother collecting it. Like, if I don't know what to use it for. See a Degazi and Bart. Lipod 4 and 6. Honestly, I don't even know which lipods I've even found. If someone had asked me that some days ago, I would have been able to tell at least a number or two. Like the number of the pod, but I don't really remember. I've only found like maybe 2 or 3 of them. Maybe 3. I don't remember which lipod it was what. And some of these didn't have like the location. Just says 150 meters northwest of the Aurora's port midsection. Well, that's more detailed than some of them. So I have no idea if I found Keen. Oh, there's a second officer Keen. I do remember that. It's like, you know, disregard my safety. So I do remember reading that. The name Keen, I just didn't. It's like pod 19. Not even sure where it's located at. But I probably could, probably look it up online. That or the location of the Jellyshroom Caves for the rubies. So it would be nice to be able to craft that device that makes me water if I'm having to collect salt all the time. Actually, I'm kind of worried I'll eventually run out of salt, or it'll be so hard to find, and I'll die of like dehydration or something. Like, that's a worry in the back of my mind. Can't stop to talk, can't stop to really do anything, so, you know, I'm always hungry, always thirsty. And the more I loiter, like, the more resources I consume. Back to getting food. I think if I was more of like a casual player than playing without needing the food and water would be best, like if I was just trying to experience the story. Like do the crafting and experience the story. I don't usually play games like on like a survival mode. You know, like games like Skyrim I think have it, but I haven't in Fallout, but I just I don't usually play with the survival mode. I roleplay it in my mind, like I'll eat and I'll drink when I think it's necessary, like from like a character perspective. But I don't like where like the game time is so quick. Time just flies, and you know you have to eat every little bit. Just have to constantly eat and consume. I mean, because even in real life, I mean, I only eat 1 meal a day. Like that's once every 24 hours, so and that's enough for me. But then again, if I was like more active like this, like swimming and stuff, I would probably do a little bit more than that. But my metabolism has gotten a lot worse as I've gotten older. If I do more than 1 meal a day, I'll gain weight, so I'm not old, but I'm not young like I was either. Just a gamer in his 30s. Hello, Casanova. Well, apparently I didn't get enough food yet. Spent all that time talking, wasn't even looking at the gauge for that. These are the trickiest fish to hunt. They definitely give me a swim for my money. Oh, I didn't realize I already... That was why I was still starving, because I had 3 of these in my inventory, I hadn't clicked on them. I had thought about building like another dome layer, like up this way, then maybe putting like a glass dome, like once you get to the top, like above water. Decide whether I'll do that at a later point, because I felt like it might be too much weight for like these stilts, like from like a roleplay immersion perspective. But you can build downwards, almost all the way to the bottom. And the stilts did seem to get a little thicker once I got this way, but anyways. I'm all ready to go back out and explore, look for resources.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
My Seamoth should be charged up again. Maybe try to look online to see where that Jellyshroom Cave is. So I don't really even know what direction that is at. I'm trying to find some rubies. And Literal Garbage also said it was near the King's Life Pod, but again I don't know which direction that is at. So I guess I could pause the game and try to find out. Just using the Steam web browser. It won't show up on my screen or anything. I probably could have it show up if I wanted to. It says 4 entrances can be found at these coordinates. I mean, yeah, you can pull up the F1. There's like coordinates that show up there, camera, world position. Haven't made use of that before, but I'm aware of that because I saw a YouTube video talk about it. Honestly, it'd be more helpful to see it on the map. You know, like the general direction. Can't believe there's 4 of these coordinates. And that varies quite widely between 130 and negative 725. I don't know if that's the x coordinate for the first one. Because there's 4 entrances is what it says. I didn't know it was that big of a cave system. Found below the grassy plateaus, kelp forests, and safe shallows. Unless they're not all connected, maybe they're separate cave systems, like each of them. That would make more sense. But then again, it's not impossible for there to be 4 cave entrances. You know, if this is like an MMO, like Star Wars Galaxies, I could just like type in my chat /waypoint and then put in the coordinates and it'll show up right on the map where it's supposed to be. Or I do /way or /wp for like an abbreviation. Or I could even macro it. I could create a macro for all 4 of these coordinates and run the macro and it would activate them all. Well, apparently mapgenie.io has like an interactable map that shows me like the general location of these where the entrances to the jelly cave, so maybe I'll just try that. I think it'd be a little bit easier to use that than the XYZ coordinate system, which I'm used to from like playing other games, but I mean I could give it a try. It would be a skill that would help me. 130, negative 95. Let's see. Go this way. It will push me more towards 130. At 80, 90. A little bit further, I'll end up at 130. And in the general, I don't know if that's the x-axis or what. Let's see, and then the next one's negative 95, negative 390. Okay, so that increases it. Would need to descend more. It's gotta be somewhere along this line. Negative 390 is the last one. So maybe I need to go back more this way. Yeah, so that goes down with the numbers. Let's see, 130, I'm almost back on that now. Yeah, so I need to go back this way till it gets to negative, what did I say, 195? No, negative 390. I'm just saying it is doable using the coordinate system. Just, you gotta kind of like line yourself up. Looks like I need to go back more this way still. Back this way, and then more back this way. So I get to negative 395, I think. I don't even know what that first coordinate on the wiki, like even if that was like the closest to my base. Negative 190. I mean, this is a valuable skill, so it does, and I'm sure I might end up having to use it, so it doesn't hurt to practice navigating like this. I don't know if I'm doing it the most optimal way or not, but I'm going the wrong direction. Back more this way to get negative 395. Then I need to line that back up with 130. Unless I'm doing something wrong, I don't know. Alright, I just need to stay on this, the negative 395, while moving back this direction. I think I can manage that. Yeah, should be getting there. Oh, it's 130. I went a little too far. I don't really know how interesting this stream really is. Not really doing a whole lot, just trying to find my way in the world. Should be... Guess I'm a terrible navigator. Yeah, I'm not doing too well navigating this way. I don't know which one's X, Y, Z, or if it's like X, Y, Z, like straight up, or... Should be... Honestly, I think at this point it'd probably be easier just to look at the map genie and try to find it that way. I'm probably running into a big creature at this point. Must be near the Aurora. Must be near the Aurora or something. Yeah. Need to get the first one to 130 and the third one to negative 395, I think. Yeah, I'm failing majorly at this. I'm just going to head back towards my base and try to reevaluate from there. Oh my word. Yeah, I almost became food there. I gotta get out of this, even if I have to. The health of my craft's down to 40. I've run into those things before. They tend to chase me until things look a little safer. That's with this yellow Seamoth. It must have looked like dinner to it. I had my concentration completely focused on that coordinate system, which I'm not really doing too well, like navigating that way, so I think I'll just try to... I mean, I've done that before, like in other games, like Star Wars Galaxies, and I had an easier time. But I think I'll try to use that map genie and try to get maybe more of a rough idea, like where the Jellyshroom Cave is. I probably should go back to my base, get some water, maybe eat a little bit more, and then set back out on my journey. It's always eating and drinking, eating and drinking. Takes up so much of my time in this game, survival mode.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So it looks like there's a entrance to the Jellyshroom Cave south of where I am. Somewhere between the safe shallows and the grassy plateaus. It's the Jellyshroom Cave that's to the southeast. See if my Seamoth has been charged yet. 93%, 94%, 95. Seems to be taking them pretty fast, so maybe another 5 seconds. Need to find those rubies. Also, I think is Magnetite or mag something. Is that in the caves too? The Jellyshroom? I think a viewer told me something like that.
Welcome aboard All systems online.
Let's see, southeast. Should be somewhere back in here. If I get to the grassy plateaus, I would have probably have gone too far. Just trying to find anything in the dark's difficult. Have to pass through a little bit of kelp forest. Like I said earlier, I hesitated to even do this stream today because I was like, well, how interesting could this even be? What, watching someone like me, getting lost or trying to collect resources. So, should it be around here then, the Jellyshroom Cave? Goes to the southeast. There's the kelp. There's the beginning of the grassy red stuff somewhere. I saw it. Guess I'm showing my weakness of how poor of a navigator I am. Yeah, the crash zone should be on my left if I'm looking at the map the way I am. I think it might be more closer to the kelp area, according to the map. This will be so much easier to see during the daytime. Yeah, if this was a real survival situation, given the predators that are coming out at night, you would be better off, only exploring during the daytime as much as possible, and just sleeping at night. That would be the ideal situation. Just going out on your own like this at night, you don't have any backup, you're just by yourself, anything could happen. Of course, anything could happen during the daytime too. I've been to the Jellyshroom Cave before. Just, this game doesn't really hold your hands. Even like a in-game map overlay would be very handy. Like I said, it doesn't hold your hand. You have to kind of figure it out. Everything, navigation, everything, you have to figure it out on your own. Unless you rely on a wiki, but even that's not foolproof. I could try going back to that coordinate system now that I might be closer to where I'm supposed to be. Hello, Macho Man. Are you kin to the Macho Man with an A? I'm just joking. That's a cool spelling of the name, though. Wasn't it like a commercial? There was like Macho Man, Macho Man, something like that. Okay, thank you, Macho Man. Really trying to find the rubies, but it's told that there might be some in a Jellyshroom Cave. Apparently there might be 4 of these caves. This is the one closest to the shallows. I guess this would be considered the grassy plateaus, right? Well, there's a cave there. That must be it. Yeah, this is it for sure. Or is it? Nope. I'm doing so poorly today with the navigation. If this is real life, don't trust me in the navigating chair. Okay. Is this the same cave, I wonder, or... I think it's the same one. Okay, so here's Life Pod 6. I do remember a Jellyshroom Cave near a Life Pod, so... I just remember it kind of like dropping off, and then I saw something on the wall, which I haven't seen yet. I don't think this is it either. Yeah, I think I'm just heading into similar caves. Or maybe even the same cave. I do remember one near a light pod, or not too far away from a light pod, which I saw one light pod 6 over there, but I don't know how far. Let me look at the map genie.io. I'm not even in the right region. I'm too far to the north. Light pod 6 is in the grassy plateaus to the north. According to mapgenie.io, the Jellyshroom thing's to the south of this location. So somewhere back this direction. This can't be right, I'm too close to the Aurora wreckage. Unless I'm just misinterpreting the map, but I think it was supposed to be a little past the shallows near some greenery, like creepy vines. It's supposed to be a Jellyshroom Cave to the southeast. But I don't know, I may have to give up on this. Try to do something else. Make better use of my time, like collecting resources. Back to looking at the coordinates again. Feel like I'm close. That's 212 and negative 400. It's got to be, if those coordinates are accurate, it's got to be somewhere nearby. Oh, it's got to be right in here. 125, 361, so it's got to be close. Well, I just saw your comment. You said go to my light pod and then go away from the Aurora. Well, this might be it. Yes, this is it. That's what I was looking for. So the XYZ thing did work. Although I struggled trying to get there. What did that take me, like 30 minutes or more?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now if I can get back to there without losing my spot or place. And spatial awareness. Which I may have already lost it. Okay, so I made it in. I don't know if they have rubies here, but I'll take a look. I think a viewer also told me something about another resource. Might be magnetite, magnet something. That might be down here. I wouldn't be able to bring my Seamoth down here if I hadn't gotten the upgrade the last time. Depth upgrade, because I'm already past the crush depth of 200 meters. I'm going to save, just in case something bad happens. Oh, there's the magnetite. I definitely needed that. Well, that might be the final cell blueprint I need for the... Yep, I got the power cell charger now.
New blueprint acquired.
What did that take me? 30 minutes, an hour out of my way. And I feel like I'm finally playing the game again. It took a while to get my bearings and figure out what I needed to do. So I'm making progress again. That's always a plus. I feel like a noob all the time while I'm playing this game. I'm enjoying it, but I feel like a noob. I feel like I'm bringing shame upon all the other Subnautica players. They're so much better at this game than I am. This is my first time playing, so I'm trying to cut myself a little slack. Or maybe a lot of slack. I'm not even sure if I've even been inside this thing. Oh, there's a PDA here.
Son, there is always a pecking order. And in our world,
Here's Scotty again from Star Trek.
I pay Maida a fraction of what I pay you, and you a fraction of what I pay me.
If money makes the hierarchy, Why is Marguerite making the decisions?
We need her.
30
We let her
seconds.
think what she likes, so long as she does what she's told.
What if she doesn't?
For enough money, she will. People always do.
Oxygen.
Well, thanks, Mancha, man, for the encouragement. I do want to play the Subnautica Below Zero at some point. I've not played that one either. I don't know when I'll do it, but I'll end up playing it eventually, but I gotta beat this game first. Might end up taking a break after that and playing a different game. But I'll be eventually doing the Subnautica Below Zero as well. Don't think so. I was still looking. Okay, here's the entrance. I'm entering the base now. And like I've said on the past few streams, like I really wish I could use two tools at once, like one for lighting and... Yeah, I haven't been in here. Here's a PDA.
Integrating new.
I thought it might get claustrophobic living underwater. Father feels it is. He'd tell me it was childish, but I stare out of the window and sometimes I think how lucky I am to see this world up close. Back on the island, I wouldn't have believed the creatures that live down here. The fish, they glow. There's one that's 90% eyeball. Snakes twice the length of a habitat compartment.
Yeah,
Certainly,
I wouldn't have
it's
any
not all
trouble
friendly.
with like
Most of the
claustrophobia
plant life is
or
toxic.
being like in
Not the
a
hard way.
pod or a starship for
I've
months
managed
or
to
years
coax
at a
some
time.
marble
Like
melons
that
into
wouldn't
growing
even bother
indoors.
me.
And when they don't cover our dietary needs, well,
Especially if I had
we eat
plenty
the
of
fish
food and
themselves.
water
It's a
and
bit gross, but there's
entertainment.
nothing they wouldn't do. I've been attempting to document my findings. Father approves. He says understanding is power, that the more we know about this planet, the more we can use it to our advantage. I'm just doing it because it's fun. It's not easy without proper equipment and network access, but the old-fashioned way, observing, taking notes, testing theories, shows me the
I
world
thought that
in a
was
way
something
a
of
spectroscopic
importance.
analysis never could. Lately, I've been watching the crab snakes. They ambush their prey as it tries to feed on the mushrooms they hide in. What they don't eat settles on the seabed, which fertilizes the mushrooms, which feeds
30
the herbivores, and so the chain continues. Co-evolution gives me the fuzzies.
Did I miss a PDA? I mean, there's another base over here I haven't explored. No way, that's the same one. Was there like another locker, you said? Oh, here's one. This is the locker you mentioned.
Signal location.
You know what Maida told me today? She
Thank
wants
you,
to
I would have
build a
missed that if you hadn't
habitat
told me,
500
Mancha
meters
Man.
below sea level, more than 1 kilometer northeast of here. And she needs Bart and I to do it. She's got it into her head that she can save us if she just acts recklessly enough. But I've hauled Star Wars to Neptune, Plasteel to the Federation. This family operates 9 different mining colonies across the Ariadne Arm. Maida thinks she's better suited to lead. Her contract still says otherwise. But I just cannot damn well tell whether it's the stupidest idea I ever heard, or my only hope. I turned 80 years old last week. I thought I had another 80 in me,
Interesting
but
how my
who
yellow
on this planet
Seamoth
as they
looks
swap it out
red
at my
under this
level when
lighting.
the old one fails. Here,
It looked like neon yellow under some of the other lighting.
Maida is useful. So, it's my responsibility to make a decision. Return to the island and hope whatever knocked the
Interesting
Degazi
how,
out of the sky won't do the same to
that
the
works.
rescue ship.
Well, that was a ruby?
Or take us deeper in search of answers. And all the while be hoping old age gets me before the sea monsters do.
No, I don't see
I'll
a
give
ruby.
Maida just one thing. She was right about these caves.
It just
There's
looked
enough
red,
lithium
so
there
for a
to
second I thought I
fabricate
might have
100
got my
tons
first
of
ruby.
plasteel. Enough for a damn fleet of Cyclops submarines. There was nothing anyone could have
I
done
love
to
this
avoid
guy's
crashing
voice. He
here.
just reminds me of Scotty
But I
from the
was
original
right
Star
to order
Trek.
the detour. If we get off this planet, they'll be talking about the
Even
tall
acts
share
like him
price
to
on
some
the other
degree.
side of the Federation.
Integrating new PDA data.
Just trying to gather whatever Magnetite. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Magnetite. Trying to get whatever I can while I'm down here. This place is difficult enough to find as is. I don't know if there's any other good resources down here. I did come down here to look for a ruby as well. Imagine this won't be my last trip to Jellyshroom Cave either. I don't think I've been in here either. Or did I? I don't know. There might be more than one of these habitats. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, this must be the one I've already been in, because there was a PDA here last time. It's going in circles. A person like me would make mistakes doing this kind of thing. Getting lost, going in circles. No, I mean, I've had a YouTube channel for years, but I didn't really do the live streaming to maybe like within the... I'm not saying I never did a live stream before that, but I did maybe my first live stream within the last few years. I could look it up, but I don't know. I've usually used to just upload videos, not really do the live stream, because my upload speed's not very good anyways. And for the longest time, I didn't even talk on this channel because I'm not that great at talking. It's one of the things I struggle with a lot. That's one of the reasons I'm trying to do the live stream, so I can try to overcome that limitation
Welcome aboard, Captain.
by playing and talking to other people. I've already gotten somewhat better at it. I'm still not that great. I'm also an introvert, so that's the gold. Thought maybe it was a ruby there for a second. I'm more of like a writer, an introvert than a talker. Pretty much my whole life. I never really said much to anybody, like verbally. Like my nickname in high school was actually the Silent Giant, so there you go. It tells you everything you need to know, like about my height and about how quiet I am in real life. think maybe the first walkthrough for a video game I did like a live stream for, or at least did a lot of my walkthrough for, was the Sword and Fairy 7 game. It was a Chinese game, and I think that was maybe the first, like I probably did that in like the last couple of years. But I still did that as a silent walkthrough. I didn't, at least I don't think I even said anything on stream. And then some stuff I uploaded videos, but it was mostly like a live stream when I played that. I had a lot of fun. My first Chinese game and first Sword and Fairy game. Which I had looked into playing some of the other Sword and Fairy games after that, but all the older, well, Sword and Fairy 6 I think might have an English dub. But the rest of them are all, you have to pretty much know Chinese to play. That looks like a person's face, like the eyes and mouth there.
Calorie intake recommended.
Thanks, Muncher Man. Like I said earlier, I've been playing this like the past few days, like off stream, just like collecting resources because I use so much of my titanium trying to build up my base. Made a lot of progress on the base building. I still don't have enough resources to. I gotta get like rubies to do the aerogel to craft like the prawn suit, and I don't remember what else I'm missing for that. That's like the next vehicle that I'll be able to do. And then as far as the Cyclops, I'm still missing one blueprint for that in order to craft the Cyclops, and who knows what the resources requirements are for that. I'll have to exit this cave soon. I think I might leave a buoy here so I can find this place easier. I think I'll probably do that at the rest of the Jellyshroom Caves. Thought I saw a resource down below. I knew I was going to need this Magnetite, so even if I don't find the rubies here, I knew I was going to need the Magnetite. And plus getting more lithium is always good, because I had used some of that on reinforcing the structure for my base, which required 3 titanium and 1 lithium. Oh, here's food, I guess. Well, is that infected food then? With the green pox on it, so maybe I shouldn't eat that. I'm out of water, like supplies, so only way I'll get any food is whatever I can catch here. Guess my Seamoth's, never mind, it's just glowing red. It's not damaged. Oh no. Oh, that was scary. I did not see that coming. They've left me alone for the most part. Yeah, I typically stream about this time when I stream. Sometimes even, sometimes I might even start a stream like 4 hours earlier than this, which actually I didn't even realize the time. It's getting late, so I'll have to be stopping this soon. So I think I'll probably exit the cave. Let me gather these resources real quick. Probably exit the cave and then I'll save the game and stop it here for today. I don't know if anyone else wants to continue seeing like these resource collecting streams, because I was trying to focus more like on what I was live streaming, like where I was more like advancing the plot, like some resource collection here and there, but I mean I can do a few more of these here and there. I just didn't want to bore people too much showing where so I don't really know what I'm doing really. I'm just running around like they say, like a chicken without its head. That's me in a nutshell, trying to play this game, as a new player. From the United States, East Coast. So it's really the afternoon here. I still have to go soon. Now I just need to find my way out of here without dying. I'm going to save. That way, if I run out of food or water, you know, I can try to escape this place again with if I reload the save and try to go a different direction, find my way out of here, so I don't want to die and lose my resources. There was like they call it a Pathfinder beacon that can help with this kind of situation, but I haven't crafted one of those yet, so I'm not sure exactly how it works, although I think it said I could have up to 20 beacons or something to help me get out of here. Well, talking for sure helps. Keeps me distracted from everything that's going on in this cave. Like the fear factor of it all. Otherwise I'll just be mostly just in silence, like looking around too, like for resources and well, that one did 25% damage just bumping into it. Maybe the exit's out through here. If I had left a beacon on top, at least I would have had a better idea of like where the exit was. Yeah, this is it finally. But once I get up here, I'll repair the damage and leave a beacon. Because I definitely need to come back here at some point.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I don't know, I named it Jellyshroom Cave Southeast, but maybe it is, I don't know. Well, I think this is the one that was supposed to be southeast. Anyways, I got a beacon down, so I'm gonna head back to my base, drop supplies off, and that's where I'll stop the stream for today. Yeah, I have a 2D map that I downloaded to my phone. It's just a picture, like a screenshot really. And on the map there was a mention of a lost river or something. There was stuff to the left and stuff to the right, like off the map, and whatever it was looked really huge, if that's what you're talking about. Probably would definitely need to bring that Pathfinder tool with me. Explore an area that's too complex, otherwise I will get lost. Like leave like a bread trail crumb, like something like Hansel and Gretel would do from like the fairy tales, the Grimm Brother fairy tales.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Well, like I said, I wouldn't mind being underwater like this, or starship. You know, in like a starship heading to a distant star, or even living in an underground bunker like that wouldn't bother me at all. And as long as I have enough food, water, entertainment, that kind of thing. Wouldn't bother me if it was years or decades. Like even if I couldn't step outside, like it wouldn't bother me. Especially, it was nice because you kind of have like an AI companion to talk to. You know, that's better than a Wilson from Castaway with Tom Hanks, at least. Then again, the AI in this is kind of limited in what she talks to you about. Seems to be different AI for different roles. I'm probably going to have to make a separate container to separate my gold and silver now. It's getting quite full. Now I'll have to also find a place to put my Magnetite. I want to eventually fill up at least 2 locker rooms, or lockers of this titanium. Probably even more at some point. Because I need the resources badly. Once I get the aerogel, there's supposed to be like some sort of water filtration machine, but I don't know how fast that like releases like the water bottles or whatever you need to drink. Like if it's just like a 1 per 30 minutes deal or what, but I do worry like eventually I'll run out of like salt on the ocean floor. Although you can make water bottles from the bladderfish, but it's just not as efficient as doing it that way. I'll stick the magnetite in here with the lithium and the diamonds. This is where I'm going to stop the stream today. Thank you everyone for watching, I appreciate it. Hope you have a good day and a good weekend ahead. It's almost Friday. If it's not already Friday, in some parts of the world it probably already is Friday, so like in Asia for example. Yeah, in Asia it'd be at least 12 hours ahead, so. Anyways, thanks for watching. Guess I can lay down and get some sleep. I don't know if that advances like the time outside or not, like turning night into day or day into night. Like I don't know if they did that kind of thing or not. I'm curious about it myself actually. Maybe I'll check right now. Okay, so it's daytime, so if I go to bed, is the time going to change? I'll find out. Oh, you're not tired enough to sleep. I didn't even know they had a tired stat for this because I didn't see it on my, you know, like my stats, like in the lower left-hand corner, because I even commented on that the other day. I was like, you know, this game has where you can eat food and water, and, you know, here's a bed, and surprisingly you can actually sleep on it, but it's like, where's the sleep stat? But I didn't even get my first rest as a character until I don't know how many days it's been. I want to say a week or more. Yeah, well, day 44, wow. So as like a character, I probably didn't get my first rest for at least a few weeks, maybe a month. Which who can last that long without going to sleep? I honestly don't know. I'm just going to go through it real fast. Here's what I got. Anyone can pause it. It's got 1 or 2 for the light stick. I don't have the schematic for the repulsion cannon, but I do have one in inventory because I found one. Cyclops, ingredients unknown. I think I got 2 out of 3 for that. Thermal plants, need 2 more for that. 0 out of 2 currently. Nuclear reactor, 0 out of 3. Alien containment, 0 out of 2. Battery charger, 1 out of 2. I thought I had gotten that earlier, the final... No, I got the power cell charger, that's what it was. Which apparently I need rubies for. And I haven't found my first ruby yet. But this will be helpful with the battery charger, because trying to find copper... It's hard to find enough copper to craft enough batteries, because you go through them so much. Like, so fast. I still got my Jack septic tank from the Jacksepticide streamer. I found a code for that online. He was the person that introduced me to this game a long time ago, so like years ago, but I never got around to playing it until now, like for my first time, just recently, like the last week or 2. I didn't watch every video he made or even every moment, but his channel was always like funny and enjoyable to watch. It's kind of sad to see him struggling with like mental health lately too. Wish him the best. I hadn't looked down at the chat in a while. Trying to figure out the last thing I read. Sent a lot of texts. Yeah, okay, I found the spot where I left off reading. It's nice meeting you too, Macho Man. Yeah, I hope to find some more parts of the Cyclops. I still need 1 more for that, I think.
Calorie intake recommended.
I've watched a little of Markiplier as his video content. I haven't watched anything from him for years. The YouTube algorithm's also not very good. Like if you stop watching a channel for a while, then they stop recommending the videos. Wish they'd fix that. Anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. Appreciate it. I am my stream, like outside in the water. This weapon base looks like right now from the outside. Anyways, thanks for watching. Remember, keep calm, like the kitty poster says. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.